local. There's no way to improve attack or con because they're already at 20.
Okay, so that's up there.
Alright, so I gotta set a flash at the sky.
Okay, a second. Wow, open the studio then. In that case, I need to actually not on this page. We're
no, let's just give the +2 to wisdom. I would bring wisdom up to 20.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Wisdom up to 20.
And then I need to go over here.
3 for the spell slots, 4 for the first, 2 for the second.
Have this open. Over. Welcome everyone. Well, it's a private stream, so nobody's been notified. But nonetheless, welcome one and all to another edition of SoulSym Plays. As usual, I am your host, and with me this evening, thus far, is Mac.
Oh God, tanky paladins are the worst.
Vaughn is present but stepped away, and everyone else is on their way in. But if it weren't already obvious, we are we're doing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. We're still doing our getting our setup done. I'm going to be leveling, actually probably just wholesale recreating my NPC character, and helping everyone else get the rest of their stuff as necessary. I do believe I have talents that I need to work on for mech, which Chaos has been giving me some problems, but we're going to work through it. I appreciate the challenge.
Charisma, doing charisma shit. Well, my charisma's at 20, so I don't know some charisma spells. Paladin, that's not spells. I'm fucking divine slide anyway.
Oh, so I have to be honest with you, sir, and it's wonderful that you're the first person actually in here. I've kind of been consumed with making you a paladin subclass. Like,
I mean, it's fun. I mean, I chose Vengeance just because, like, I wanted to do Oathbreaker, but Oathbreaker is just weird to do because Oathbreaker requires in-game factors for Oathbreaker to work.
Right. And I was thinking of building you like the Avernus Guard paladin.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a hell paladin.
I mean, I'm doing a Mephistopheles tiefling. That's why I was going to do Oathbreaker, because Oathbreaker was going to basically be that. But
right.
Again, like, Oathbreaker is annoying to do like in world, so it's like you have to set things up in certain ways, and I'm like, I don't feel like going through that currently because it's like, cool, I have to take an oath. Now I have to purposely be a dick and fuck shit up until an Oathbreaker shows up and is like, hey, so you've been fucking up, man, and we about to break this right now. You're just like, yeah, no, like I didn't want to go through that.
We're finna have this out. Run the fade. Let's do this.
Like, yeah, when I play Baldur's Gate 3, of course I'm going to do Oathbreaker Paladin. I'm not going to do it in the actual show. Yeah.
I need
like,
the
that's
ones.
Easy. Like, yeah, that's easy at that point. So everything else, fuck that shit.
So that's there. So we had 0. Well, we had 0 last week, 0.2 this week. It is the 21st. We'll have the 28th, so we can do one more 0.
And then launch. Yeah, if you want to launch every August, it's fine.
Yeah. But that just kind of feels. I mean, 7/28 is a nice.
I mean, I'm fine with it by then anyway. I feel like by then everyone can have their sheets and characters done, and whatever subclass you're trying to work out, you can get the kinks. At least most of the kinks worked out by then. So
yeah.
One of the subclassing is always a weird one to deal with, especially when you're making your own combo. Mess with other subclassing. Yeah, okay, I can grab something.
Alright. We need to go in to do things and do stuff. Hit this. I should have turned compendium compatibility on for everybody. Alright. Launch level 1 character Mensa. So, we're really just doing this to wipe the sheet. But this is how you would normally go about creating a character. My character's race is custom, as per the document. The alterations that I've made to the Eldrin would essentially classify them as something different, and so we have placed them in here as an Eonon. His Oh my goodness, no, Vaughn, your mic is bad, bro.
Like that.
No.
Is it good now?
I mean, it's better, but I could actually hear you that time, but it's still kind of glitchy.
Searing thunderous wrath.
Do I actually want to do that?
Do what?
Make Eonon Constitution casters?
Hello?
That's better. So much better.
Yeah, okay, so I was using because my Chromebook can get Android apps, I was trying to use, like, the Google Play Discord app, because it was like, hey, if you want to utilize push-to-talk better, you gotta download a thing, but I can't actually download the proper blah-blah-blah app for it without going through that.
Okay.
So, I'm in the normal window now, and I'm trying to figure out what it meant by it can only work when it's focused. I assume that means the push talk only works when I literally have Discord open and I'm looking at it. I'm not like in another tab or something.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you gonna pop into the Roll20, or you still rocking with Bailey right now?
I mean, I can do both. I'm rocking on the Roll20 right now.
So the thing about making them concasters is like that's not a thing currently in 5th edition. You know, so while that doesn't bother me, it might hurt some people's feelings if I just throw in like several races that have Constitution based casting.
Why are we doing Comcast?
Because
I mean,
for Eonon specifically, their supernatural abilities are innate, so it's not like, or it's kind of like a sorcerer on crack, like, because their abilities can manifest in additional limbs, um, or elemental kinesis, um, and a myriad of other things in between, making duplicates of themselves. Like, think of them like, so Eonon, and like I am frustrated with myself because there is now actually a frame of reference that I can provide for what Eonon are. But imagine if you had quirks from My Hero Academia, but an individual could have anywhere from 1 to 4 or 7 upwards and on upwards quirks. So you have a species of Dekus running around with any assortment of abilities from the My Hero universe, and they're all litterborn and have hair and eye colors that match and can be any color of the spectrum, of the visible spectrum. And yeah, like, their species is like they're literally chaos incarnate, or blood of chaos incarnate. But yeah, so it's the casting that they would be used to doing, like, from their racial abilities, or the way that they're used to tapping into their racial abilities. Psychologically is more about the body than the external energies, right, of the weave itself. So yeah, it's if a monk through but no, monks are wisdom casters. Well, they're wisdom based with their abilities, but I don't really know how else to explain it, and I don't know if that was an effective explanation, but it struck me as a possibility when I'm sitting here selecting what their innate spellcasting is fueled by for the character sheet, because I haven't put them officially on paper. So this is kind of like a workshop for that race at the same time as reworking what I've already placed here, because I didn't put innate spellcasting, but there are innate casters within the species. So
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
evening,
What's up?
Chloe. How you doing?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Who's that other hi?
Reorganized my closet,
What's
which
up,
I'm actually quite excited about. Now have an actual laundry folding table inside, and moved my mirror there, which is a little getting used to that idea.
Okay. And I do imagine, I believe that's Bree that I'm hearing, yes?
Yes, I'm back.
Welcome back, ma'am. How are you doing this evening?
I'm well. I'm well. I thought I'd missed it, but it seems like I'm just on time, so I'm excited.
Wonderful.
You have failed!
Give me just a second. I got a call. Introduce yourself to everyone. This is Bree, the crew. Give me just a moment.
Hi, the crew. My name is Bree. I guess on here my Discord thing is CommanderBold. So I played back with SoulSym in 2021. And that was honestly kind of early in my D&D like life or whatever. So after that, I started playing, started DMing. I'm running a Icewind Dale's podcast for like my mom and my best friend. So I'm excited to be here. Jem is a character I've only been able to play with SoulSym. So I thought she was done for, and he was like, "Yeah, we're picking it back up." I'm like, "Hell yes, count me in." So I'm really happy to be here and meet you all.
Pleasure to meet you too.
It should be fun. It's not 3.5 or Pathfinder 1 or Pathfinder 2. God, I'm not playing the next Pathfinder. It's too much math.
Okay, so I have a question. How long have you all been playing together?
This is technically the first time. I've known Kareem some years, but this is probably I know Chloe had a Cyberpunk Red campaign. I saw that one over, but I've played a few other games of D&D with Kareem, but I've known him not from D&D, but from other places. So.
Gotcha.
Okay, I have.
They found me on the other side of a bagel shop.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You never know
Which
when you
side?
find the ally.
I'm concerned about which side of the bagel shop.
The proper one.
You
the
need
one
no.
with the sour cream and the smoked salmon.
See, I was going somewhere else with that, and now I'm not going to.
You know what? You can find me on the smoked salmon side of the bagel shop for sure.
Woo! Thank you!
I was going to
Somebody
go
else,
somewhere else
all
with that
day.
joke.
somebody else who appreciates the finer things in life.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, smoked salmon's great. You got a problem with that?
Actually, you know what? I was about to say something. Never mind. It was directed towards someone who is not here anymore. I'm going to keep that to myself.
Well, see, when you said the right side of the bagel shop, that's why I was like, I can make so many jokes with that statement, but I'm not going to, because I'm not trying to do that right now.
I'm trying to rise above the occasion. I'm trying to be better.
Okay, so I have returned, and since we have 4 DMs present,
Quorum. We have quorum.
Yes, since we have quorum, how do we feel about Constitution casters?
I mean, I'm okay with it. It's your thing. Do what you're going to do. It's just, I don't know. It seems weird, but go ahead and do it. Like, it's just weird in my head because it's like, cool. Pump your con for extra HP. Also have your con high as far as like spellcasting modifiers, but
The thing is though, when
but then
you
again,
really
I can't say anything. My paladin has 116 health, so I really shouldn't be talking. So
the thing is, like, when you take a look at like the sorcerer, the whole idea is that the sorcerer gets its powers from its bloodline. So it's like, you know, and specifically with wild magic, the whole idea is that they are trying to push out magic from themselves, or in some cases keep the magic contained, and at least try to funnel it in a they're essentially bags of magic that they're trying to funnel in a particular direction that hopefully it won't cause too many people to turn into giant chickens. The only problem is that the major reason why I would see why they chose not to make sorcerers a Constitution class is because of the fact that Constitution would, if you make Constitution your primary stat, then you're looking at, well, you get advantage on saving throws, or not, you get proficiency in saving throws with a sorcerer. You'd have higher than average health on a spellcaster because you have to max out your con, and you're also going to be, basically it would clump everything, with most other classes in 5e, you've got, okay, what is your primary stat? Dex, strength, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and then you usually have a follow-up stat that is almost just as important, if not potentially more important, depending on your build. Great example, monks are dex and wisdom. Barbarians are strength and constitution. Wizards are intelligence and dexterity, so they don't die to an errant bolt and at least have some amount of AC. With sorcerers as a constitution-based casting class, everything gets kind of piled on into just the constitution column because it answers all of your major problems. So I would think that if you were to do a constitution-based class, or like rework the sorcerer to be that constitution-based class, you'd want to add some sort of thing related to a different stat, so that not everything would be based in just your con. So what I would do is I would actually do something along the lines of, like, you can, like, Constitution can be your primary spell stat, but you can only ever have a number of spells prepared equal to your intelligence modifier. Because it's like, yeah, you might be a Constitution-based person, but you still got to know how to refine and use the magic that you have stored in your body. So at least then it's like, okay, well, I obviously want to still max out my Constitution, but I also still need a decent, intelligence, just so I have a variety of spells to actually frickin' use.
I don't know. That one's weird because there's not other classes that have to do that. Like, they have at least 2 primary stats they want high, but they're not splitting between spellcasting for one stat and something for another. Like, Unless you're doing like Eldritch Knight, in which like even then it's kind of a weird one, but like I don't know if I could agree to that because like con would be your primary stat. So like if you're rolling a nat 20, your con's getting a 20. And if you roll a 16 and 16 is your next highest stat, you're putting that into your intelligence, but you're also kind of gimping yourself at the same time. I feel like if it's gonna go that way, then like on saves and like proficiency checks, they may have to take a penalty for that. Just is like if you're gonna have the improved health and you're gonna have like, you know, the high modifier along with all the spellcasting that sorcerers are capable of pulling off, like then like there's spell saves or anything else gonna have to take a hit to like balance that out. Because it'd be weird to be like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's like you have the constitution for this, but you need the intelligence to do it. But at the same time, it's also like, congratulations, you're getting bonus in health that you're not supposed to have as a sorcerer because it's kind of annoying to deal with. And, like, you're getting other bonuses you really shouldn't be having in the first place. That's just...
But I feel like that's kind of the sorcerer's whole thing, right? Like with the meta magic, it's like, oh, you're a spellcaster. It's like, okay, but I'm a sorcerer, so I make that a bonus action, or I do that twice, or you know, no one notices that I do it. That's kind of the sorcerer's whole thing, is getting away with magic that other people get caught with. So I feel like that's very on brand.
I can see that.
Yeah. So
It also, meta magic speaks to the idea of them being more in tune with magic because they can, you know, as Bree brought up, the idea of, you know, being able to do stuff with certain spells that other classes can't. I'm going to transform this fireball into a giant toxic ball, or a giant radiant ball, or a giant necrotic ball.
So what we're gonna do, sorcerers in aspects and envoys are concasters, and we're also going to have, and we have now solidified that Constitution casting is abnormal casting. It's difficult to identify. It's akin to what psionics kind of what psionics was in 3.5, but not quite. So, you know, yeah, they'll be able to learn all the same spells, but you know, we're introducing the spell crafting or the spell shaping system with this campaign as well. So them having a unique benefit in that they their magic grows as they grow stronger, as they physically grow stronger. So it's kind of like a bonus to them not being able to learn multiple spells. They just know what they know. Because I've kind of always felt like that was like a shaft to them. Yeah, meta magics are cool and great, but wizards can also learn meta magic. It just takes them longer. So yeah, I think we're shifting sorcerers over to con casting, and Eonon will have innate con casting as well as the Sagir. Because the Sagir, it made sense with them. I just wasn't sure if I would be able, like, if it would be like something that was kind of like that was palatable. If that makes sense. Like,
I got you.
Because, yeah. And then none of the classes that I'm coming up with right now are really lend themselves to Constitution. Maybe the Venator, but Bree, have you looked at the new aspects of Envoys document, like the extended document? Because it's gotten a lot bigger since the last time you looked at it.
I have looked at it a bit. Did I absorb stuff? Maybe not, but I looked at it a couple times.
That's
You'll
fair.
find all the important information on page 394.
Well, we're not quite that big yet, but you know.
I
just wanted to make the reference.
reference.
Please turn to page 394.
Nerd.
We're gonna go with a druid spell list for these peeps. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, because
So much formatting for copy and pasting to this damn character sheet.
sorry.
Hey, bud.
That's Vonhelgen.
I mean, it's fine. I don't mind doing it. It's just that it's hot right now in general, so it's just a pain in the ass to do anything.
Yeah, right there with you. I've got 2 fans going right now, and
So
they're doing their damnedest, but thankfully it's not. It could be a lot hotter.
Yeah, that's the main reason I'm on push to talk right now is because there's 2 fans in Bailey's room.
Oh, you're hanging out with Bailey.
Wait, why are you apologizing? Like, nigga, why are you apologizing? Legitimately, stop doing that.
like cut that out, Bailey. Like first and foremost, I'm gonna get this out.
She can't hear you just yet.
Look. Well, you relay my words since you can hear me. Okay, we're gonna get this out the way right now. Right. First and foremost, you ain't gotta apologize for nothing. You exist, and that man happens to have affections for you, so that means you cool with us. So squash that in the bud. You ain't gotta apologize for nothing. It's the fans.
Oh, get him to apologize all the goddamn time. No,
fans ain't that big of an issue. So
man, why ain't none of y'all running AC? I can't because our AC doesn't exist. But I feel like you're telling me all of you don't have air conditioning either.
I guess.
It's the Pacific Northwest.
And
No house was built with AC for 80 years.
you can install it. It's not that hard to put an HVAC unit.
I mean, it's like
please tell that to my frickin' apartment complex, because I would very much like some actual AC in my apartment instead of this little, swamp cooler I got. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, it does good work, but fucking hell, I would love to be able to sleep and have it be set to like 56 degrees.
I was like, no, I get it's hot, but I'm like our AC doesn't work, so there's nothing we can do about that. So like until it gets fixed, we're fucked. But everyone else, I'm like, yeah, y'all don't have central air. If y'all don't, y'all need to start saying shit. Fuck that. If I could buy a window unit, I would in a heartbeat. But they're expensive, and like I don't feel like putting money into that.
56 degrees in this economy? What?
Hold on a second. My young man's calling for me, so give me just a second, guys.
I'd love for it to be 56 degrees right now. Great.
Yeah, it's like we have multiple AC units in my house, but that was just because we went to Costco and bought some like small ones and put them in the windows, and we were just smart to keep most, if not all, of the windows closed and blankets in front of them as well, so that way that when the cold air was in the house, it stayed cold air.
That's fucking smart.
I mean, yeah, that's
like last year I had to borrow an AC for some friends, and like it's like, God, that thing was great, but like at the same time, it's like it's just burning up the bill, and like I don't want to pay $200 for my damn like electricity. I'll do it, I just don't want to.
Unfortunately, my apartment doesn't actually have the ability for me to use to make
you Kaiser, you live near Seattle, correct?
Yeah, I'm literally in Seattle.
You're in Seattle, like, and you're telling me your apartment complex. I'm assuming it's an apartment complex or an apartment building. Like,
my apartment complex does not have AC built into some of the studios.
Oh, some of the studios, not all of them. Okay, that's cool.
In fact, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure none of the apartments in my building have actual built-in AC.
Because like with the massive expansion that Seattle went through in like 20 years, all those buildings not having some form of central air just doesn't.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. They should definitely have AC, especially now, with the way things are going. And the thing is, I've taken a look at just like it'd be nice to be able to just like I have three basically floor-to-ceiling windows, and the middle one acts as a door to go out onto my Juliet balcony, which, as I've made the joke many times before, a Juliet balcony is just enough a balcony to let you know you don't have a balcony. But
Very
if
true.
we were to... What?
Very true.
But if you were to cut like a little hole in one of the windows using a glass cutter and then fit it with some PVC pipes to basically make a port out for an AC unit, even like one of those ones with just the tubes, it would work, and it would probably cost like maybe $200 to do, maybe $300 if you have a professional glass cutter and he decides to stiff you on the bill. It's not that much to do, so it's just like I'm honestly thinking about just marching into my leasing office's place and just go, okay, I will sign a 5-year lease if you get me actual AC.
I need that in my life. I need that.
Yeah.
I came from the South. We don't do this.
I don't even
Well,
have,
here's the
like,
thing.
there's an HVAC unit in this house. It's just that the unit's like from 2007, so it's like it doesn't work that well anymore. It's like fuck, we just don't have AC. And it's like it's not been fun these past few summers, specifically last year and this year. I'm glad it was a fucking thunderstorm today. At least cooled it down by 20 degrees.
You want to know what really fucking sucks? I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, so I'm used to, 105, I was used to like 115, 105 degrees in the shade with like 85% humidity, and I did that in marching band, so I was also wearing a fucking bass drum on top of all that, tiny little string bean that I was. I'm sitting here, the outside temperature right now is 77 degrees. And it's just like, I have lost any and all heat tolerance I used to have, and it's really fucking annoying.
I don't like the heat. We was out earlier today with the kids, and we got the voice from walkie-talkies, and we also had to like get juice and stuff. But we were out earlier today. I was outside for all of 2 minutes trying to find a piece of a toy that Nas lost in the car, and I was drenched. Like I had sweat like literally beading on my forehead, and like I had to peel my shirt off. It was ridiculous. It was 2 minutes outside.
I got lost in Publix. Not because I got lost in Publix, only because they had AC and I hadn't felt it in a while. So like, as I'm shopping for groceries, like I don't really want to leave right now. Like,
I was like, what am I walking around for right now? AC.
Let me just sit here and absorb this, like get as much shit as I can. By the time I step outside, it's gonna suck again.
Right, I'm gonna get smacked in the face with this nonsense.
Yeah, that is one thing.
Oh, we gotta go walk our dog real quick, so I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, travel safe.
Yep.
Are you the dog?
Eat ass.
Thank you.
Shut up, Bailey.
I was kind of expecting you not to admit to that.
Oh, Chloe, you haven't been around Bailey enough. She just drags me for no fucking reason.
All right, note to self: for Vaughn's birthday, I'm getting a collar.
I was muted, but she said yes.
You will have this thing. It's going to happen. Do not fight it. Haha.
Cream, I know you're my boss, but you not.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I'm still going to. You know that, right?
Absolutely. I thought I'd ask.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, he is contractually obligated to do so.
I mean, the request was made. It's not my fault.
Yeah, see, yeah, but the problem is Vaughn decided to sign the contract without reading the contract. This is why you always read the fine print.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Travel safe, sir. So I gotta come up with a core class feature for this bad boy. Johan, how you gonna say you gonna be right back and then pop back up and okay, you gonna peace. Anybody else hopping into Roll20, or is it just gonna be us over here?
I mean, I'm still writing character sheet champion, so
yeah, I know you.
You said hopping into Roll20?
Yeah.
I don't think I forgot the Roll20 link.
I mean, it's the same as before, but it should be in campaign chat. Wait, that's right. You were gone. I had to re-invite you, so give me a minute. Where's the invite link? Copy. Take. Pasta. There it is. In the Aspects Not Voice chat, and then tis also in the campaign chat. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah. Ah man, when we start putting these abilities in, people see what these things do, they're gonna lose their minds. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry.
We might want to put a little, couple of page blurb on. Okay, if you're running an Aspects and Envoy game, here's how to balance encounters. Start by choosing a CR20 monster.
No,
start from there.
Not CR20. You just need to be like 4 to 5 levels ahead of your party. That's all.
No, because I'm double leveled, and I have special shit on top of my double level, and I have a stacked out ability score. So you really just need to start at 20 and build from there.
But it's not that serious though. See, the thing is,
I have a plus 26 to deception. I can lie to God.
I have run into a room, killed 8 people in the room, and then just run into the next room to kill more people. It's insane.
I can lie to God and convince him that I am God. I can have him have an identity crisis.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did give you that. But no, he has advantage on the check though, so he could still autosave. It's just he has advantage against that.
For now.
I mean, what do you mean for now? I'm not. There's no enhancement to conversive sublimation. There is no enhancement to that. That's just that. That's what it is.
Kareem, you've given me a powerful tool in being able to create my own technique. Which to say I don't use sleight of hand to create this, distraction sort of situation. Before long I have him eating out of the palm of my hand.
We shall see what happens.
So you're the god Palor, yes? Which means you're omniscient, yes? So watch the ball. And then I just make him second guess himself. How did you become a god? Well, I tricked the other god into thinking that he wasn't a god by sleight of handing him to death.
But do you know where it is, though?
3-card Monty.
We gotta build out the Gunweaver. Yeah, because Venator has 2 levels.
Cream, focus on other classes than the Gunweaver, because I honestly might just play the Mastermind.
That's fine.
It's pretty straightforward. It does everything that I wanted to do. Plus, the way you just the information you just informed me of earlier today, That would potentially put me up to, just on my proficiency bonus alone, I'm at a plus 24 to deception.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
So, yeah.
What's your... Okay, so you're gonna go with the mastermind. Okay, that's cool. It gives me a little bit extra breathing room.
Yeah. Take your time. I'll take some time. I'll look over the Gunweaver, and we can work on it together. But it's not a high priority.
I did 3 levels of perk things. I mean, I haven't explained them.
I know,
but there's a lot that goes into building a class, y'all. No, who just apologized?
What do you think?
My therapist and I are going to be talking about it next week. We've already scheduled for it. I'm not going to apologize again, but I really want to.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes, sir.
You didn't do anything.
Apologize when you actually do shit. Don't apologize when you
Like,
I made Kareem do extra work.
You apologize to me for lifting a burden off of my shoulders. What sense do you make? You made my prep work easier, and you're apologizing to me.
So anyway, about those Yankees.
You want to make that joke with the New Yorker in the party?
Well, it's the only. It's a nice conversation distraction smoke bomb because see, we've already moved past the thing that we want to distract things from. Mission accomplished. Hooray!
No, you tried, just failed miserably.
Yeah, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking is wishful thinking. Does not make it reality.
I blame Vaughn.
I'm putting the YouTube link in the chat so that you can see when I make a face at you, because I made a face at you, and I wanted you to be like, I wanted to say join the stream so you can see how I'm looking at you right now. But the stream was private, so click the link. Click the link.
I'm working on it. And you put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So,
I apologize.
you go here. Okay, so now I open that up. This video is private.
What you mean? Okay, alright, well, I'll switch it over then. Public. Publish. Go. It's there now. Things have been done.
This video is private.
What you mean? No.
All right, I'm here.
All right, yeah. So take it back. You'll see that. Okay. You'll see that I gave you. About a minute. You can also go back about 3 minutes because I did take it twice.
I'll take a look.
Chanel. So, Miss Bold. I'm
sorry, I just got to the part where I just screamed out, I can lie to God! For some reason, that actually sounded kind of funny. That just caught me off guard, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Miss Bold?
Yes. You did see the alterations to the Azamar, correct?
I did. I felt like
it was excessive.
I saw them. I didn't absorb them all, and also I was blowing out my fucking power stats. So I was just like, you know what? I don't need the extra points. Like I'll just max it out, and that's fine. So I saw it. I think I'm good with what I put on my sheet.
Okay.
But as far as like the Azamar goes,
like you got the celestial consumption and the resistance and the legacy and the healing hands.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, just making sure we're solid. So that's done. That's done.
What are everyone else's powers? Because I've heard Homeboy can lie to God and
Okay,
kill them with
so
a lie.
Chloe is the aspect of word, and she can cast spells cast any spell up to her proficiency bonus or lower without expending components or spell points. And she can do that a number of times equal to her proficiency bonus per short rest. That's the core of her abilities. And then she can project her voice over great distances and use that to affect the masses. Converting spells, like any spell can basically be a mass spell out of Chloe's mouth. And then Mech is the aspect of chaos. He's got a roll chart. So whenever he makes a check, be it an attack roll or an ability check or a saving throw, the result of his d20 has a effect that is generated on this, that is determined by the chart. So if he crit fails, yes, he does crit fail, or if he rolls a 1, he rolls a 1 in whatever context that means, but it also increases his threat range by 1. And then on a 6 or 7, he gains immunity to all damage for 1 minute, and allies that are within 15 feet of him get that benefit as well. On a 12 or 13, creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against his spells and abilities that involve saving throws for the next hour. 16 or 17, he can open up a portal that connects to anywhere in the world that stays open for 24 hours per level or until he chooses to dismiss it. And anyone can enter from either side while it stays up. So that's just a taste of the dumb
And
things.
that's one fucking person?
Yes, it's one person.
Jesus.
But it's random. It's random. There are things that happen.
I gotta roll the d20. Find out what else about something.
So I say roll for initiative. Something's going to happen. He makes an attack roll. Something's gonna happen. He makes a spell save. Something's gonna happen. It's. He asked for chaos, and that's what my brain came up with.
I know it's great. Dumb shit was going to.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you what happens on a 18 and 19. You'd be very upset with me. Anyone would be upset with me if they knew what happens on an 18 and 20. No, 18 and 19, sorry. I'm thinking about breaking 18 and 19 up. Like doing 18 and 19, like doing that ability for 18 and then having another ability for 19. I don't know. Mech, this is your ability. How you feel about it? What's your opinion? Bro?
Meg has stepped away for a moment. Please leave a message after the beep.
Okie dokie. I guess we're gonna check back in with you when you get here.
Beep.
Okay, I guess we'll check back here with you when you get here. Pieces and deuces. Medical ninja worker deuces. Up. My goodness. So many things. So many things. I kind of snapped with sensation. Sensation is Sensation is the one that has the most talents thus far. And honestly, one of their abilities is kind of similar to something that I want to do for Word. But the difference between Sensation and Word is that Sensation has a significantly larger range for their abilities. But Word is way more versatile. And so while some of the things that you guys can do may seem similar, they actually have I'm doing my best to make them distinctly different. And the way that's been easiest for me is to avoid the aura that Sensation currently has. Like, yes, because your Word, you are Word. Excuse me. While Word is very powerful, in some ways it's more limited than Sensation is. While it can evoke sensations, sensations can happen without words being present. So,
kind of begs the question: Am I completely nerfed by somebody who is deaf?
No.
They can't hear my words.
I'm gonna have to make a talent. Well, Booming Voice might actually be able to speak to the soul. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just an idea. It'd be kind of funny.
Because Booming Word...
All right, we have to go infiltrate someplace. Great. What is it? It's a monastery. Cool. Of deaf monks. Shit!
Well, darn. I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way.
Just pulls out a pack of C4. Where the hell did you get that? Don't worry about it.
This is the hard way.
I spoke it in the bean. Yes, my proficiency level is now 9. I can officially cast create object at 9th level. I'm going to create thermonuclear device.
Interesting. Your proficiency's a 8.
Plus 8 right now.
Yeah.
You used your soul points to boost your proficiency level.
Yeah, max.
All the way up to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used mine to boost my hit die to 20. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm at 116 health. So.
Yeah. Bree, I'm not sure if you're still here, but have you done your soul point expenditures? That is a question for you.
I have not done my soul point expenditures.
Okay, so what I need you to do is go to, I believe it is page 6? Yes, page 6. And look at your soul shaping options. Everybody's got 10 points to spend on these various things. Proficiency bonus, a +1 to your base proficiency bonus, is 2 points. Natural armor, a point of natural armor is 2 points. Movement speed 5 feet, an additional 5 feet is 1 point. A hit die size increase is 2 points. A skill proficiency is 1 point, and then picking up an additional class feature, or rather, I'm sorry, increasing your the potency of a class feature is 2 points.
Okay, copy that.
Chloe boosted her proficiency by 5 points. Mech increased his die size from a D10 to a D20. Vaughn, I believe, increased his his hit die to a D12, and then boosted his proficiency bonus by 3. And Mac and Janemba have not spent their points yet, at least to my knowledge. Oh my word. That thunder loud.
So if I wanted
Yep.
to up my hit dice
Mhm.
and then up my movement speed and then maybe proficiency with persuasion?
Oh,
Or
that's
is
the
it a
other
different
thing.
kind of-
Yes, you could do that. But there's a piece of information that may change how you want to do this. You get additional skill proficiencies equal to your intelligence modifier. Skill or tool.
We get additional what based off of our intelligence modifier?
Skill proficiencies
Oh,
or what did I say? Tool proficiencies.
okay. Okay. Maybe just movement then. Movement and hit dice.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't really need natural armor. As far as proficiencies just gives you additional uses of things.
I'm just saying, Kaiser, with a +9 to proficiency, none of your attack rolls should fail, honestly.
Right. You are the most capable person in the party, like martially speaking. It's like anything you pick up is just.
Well, that's the whole idea behind my character, though. Is I am literally a I was about to say man of many faces. I'm like, that's not right. I am an entity of many faces and many abilities. It goes back to that whole idea of there's the old TV show called The Pretender. And it's like, the nurse turns to the main character and goes, "Are you a real doctor?" And the main guy turns to her and goes, "I am today." My character is going to be the exact same. It's like, "Are you a drill instructor?" "I am today." "Are you a neurophysicist?" "I am today."
Trying to cite it. Question for everyone present.
Pink.
Should
I assume the question.
no,
I assume the question was your favorite color.
Nah, you'd be
I know
wrong.
you said pink, but I thought I heard kink, and I'm like, it's not the appropriate name for that character.
The Soul of Everlasting Life on page 28. I currently have the range increasing 30 feet per 3 character levels. But in comparison to Abundance and Sensation, it's actually quite slow. So, it's actually like a third the pace of the other two aspects that have an aura effect. Um, should I make it per level or every other level? What I mean, because the increased die size for healing and the increased healing capacity are actually pretty potent by comparison. Being able to heal a number of hit die per level, like you the number of hit die you can heal per spell is multiplied by your level and then increased a die size in addition to being able to be used from that distance away.
Yeah.
But for scale and comparison, abundance is fathomless reserves. They get 1,000 gold per level each level. And as a free action can open up a personal storage space to store or withdraw any item. And it starts out at 50 feet per level. And there's talents to increase the footage. Like it's called domain expansion, so it can get up to 5,000 feet per level, which is, I understand, is stupid. That's more than Canaan Dimension per level, but it's a stupid ability for the aspect of abundance. But at base, it is 50 feet per level. And then sensation is 60 feet per level. With the ability to detect any able to pinpoint any creature within 60 feet per level, even invisible, underground, or behind total cover, provided the creature is on the same plane as you. Your senses can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 5 feet of heavy metal or 30 feet of wood, dirt, or stone. You have advantage on perception and insight checks, doubling your proficiency bonus on each. Advantage and expertise. Expertise on perception and insight checks, doubling your proficiency bonus for each. As a bonus action, you may identify a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus with a perception or insight check, DC 5 plus the creature's hit die. And you immediately learn any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities of creatures identified in this way.
Well, the thing is, the healing stuff is powerful because it can literally just keep us going. And healing word as a bonus action, like, we're gonna be tough already, but the fact that Bree's gonna be able to get us up and get us back in the fight if we ever go down with a bonus action and get us back at 19 hit points on average, that's pretty big. So honestly, I think, I tend to be somebody who tends to balance very cautiously and makes things underpowered rather than overpowered. But I think, honestly, keeping things the way they are and, advancing only 30 feet every 3 levels, I think that's kind of necessary.
Chloe, how do you know how much I can heal you on average? You've been looking at my character sheet?
Maybe she's a designer.
I'm gonna
She's
take
a
that
game
as a
developer,
compliment.
so you know.
That's okay. I'm a DM too. I have a thing with looking through people's character sheets. It saved my life one time. I dig it.
Hey, what can I say? I know people. I know how to get information. The the other reason why I'm playing a changeling, so I literally have a reason to use all of my DM voices.
Yeah, changeling is. I made changeling dumb. I do that. I understand, and I'm not lamenting it because I'm excited for it. Like, this is what I feel a changeling should do, but you know, because like I've always kind of felt like, um, in action movies or action series when there's like a rival character that shows up and there's always this like near fatal encounter between them. That like they hired a doppelganger to be their alter and learn their skills so that they could go have that fight, because every time they come back and it's like, you thought you defeated me? Well, yeah, I did think I defeated you because like I fucking killed you. Like, you were dead. It's not that easy to kill me. How not? How is it not that easy to kill you? I don't understand. Well,
Actually, that's a really great point. I hadn't thought about that before, but yeah, all those bad guys with like a ton of clones, like I killed you, it just wasn't the real you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to literally being able to use the phrase, "The news of my death was greatly exaggerated. We killed you 17 times!"
well, hey.
Yes. And it was overrated 17 times.
So
I'm gonna have fun with this
I
character.
will say I am a little afraid because all the power that Gem has been given, bases the games that I've been in, is like, okay, if I have all of this power, what the hell are we going up against? Because either I'm just gonna steamroll everyone, or we're gonna be up against some tough mofo's.
We'll find out.
Like, as I've shared previously, the the point of this campaign, Aspects and Envoys, is kind of like a an experiment in how people react when they have overwhelming power, right? Because the line between Aspect and Envoy is very, very thin. The amount of power that you guys have is a gift as much as it is a burden, because this being raised to the level of Aspect means that you have a duty to protect the, for lack of a better term, the innocence of the realm, of the world itself. So when things get exorbitantly out of hand, like if there's an extreme injustice in the world somewhere, it is your duty to go there and rectify it by any means necessary, and establish for the world that is why you guys exist. But as easily as it is for you guys, as easily as it may be in some situations for you guys to restore order to a location, or to use your abilities for good, it is also possible for you to use them for exploitative means. And if you do that too frequently, you then become an envoy. There are envoys that exist in the world. It's part of the reason why you guys have been elevated to the status that you have. So, I'd say maybe 40 to 50% of the encounters that you guys come across this season, they will be more intellectual. Like I mean, there will be combat for sure, and the combat is going to be engaging, but it's not going to be as straightforward as these dudes are standing in your way and they're not leaving until you kill them. There may be traps that you guys have to deal with, or there are going to be traps that you guys have to deal with. There's going to be puzzles and riddles and things that you have to like where your power is helpful, but it's not the key. And so and then also you guys will come into contact with Envoys, and Chloe actually helped me develop one of their core abilities, and it's pretty nasty. The Envoy type does exist.
Bree, quick question. In Kareem's previous game, did you ever face the time Envoy?
They didn't get there. They were about to.
I don't think we did.
No. In Osgiliath, where Bree's character Jim hails from, there is a potential, or rather, there is a quest line. There is a thread that you guys can follow that will lead you into direct contact with one aspect, and then there is a different thread that can lead you into that could potentially lead you to another aspect, to another envoy. But one of them is a surefire way. The other one is a possibility, depending on how things go. But and then there's another aspect tied to a plot thread specifically for Jim in Vaughn's hometown. So it's a thing. We've got some plans.
That was 3 years ago. I have no idea what.
Kiva.
Kiva?
Yeah. The girl that Jim was sweet on, that couldn't come to court for reasons. I have a letter that I'm actually going to deliver to you once you get to the once we're in once the hold has been cleared and the keep has been reclaimed, because we're doing that again. And you may have a little bit of deja vu, but a little bit of deja vu, but a lot of it's going to feel very new to you because I've had time to actually prep.
Okay. Well, again, that was 3 years ago for me. I really don't remember, so
That's
it's
fair.
gonna feel brand new to me, and I'm excited.
Wonderful. It's gotten so much better. And because I know that I'm dealing with several vets.
No, yeah, we're in a group chat on Kareem's Discord.
Now that I know that now that the party is vets and not newbies, I don't have to throw pillows at you guys. I understand that I didn't really need to throw pillows at aspects anyway, but Iceer and Sela were very, very new, and also in the midst of other things while session was running, so kind of made things a bit difficult.
Yeah, I understand that.
Kareem, I'm gonna be on a poll tomorrow for that. If you hear anything, leave me a message.
Got you.
I'll still be in. I'm just not gonna be on my
tracking.
All right, people.
Mm-hmm. So, but yes. So all that aside, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Dothik and Graki will be in attendance, as that is their duty.
Do I get?
Can I just say, I like the idea. I really just want to throw an idea. I like the idea that the time envoy uses slang from the future?
That would actually be pretty dope. I'm
Because
cool
he's
with
been
that.
there.
Yeah, you're very right.
Like he uses grok and choom and various other stuff like that because he's been there.
Very true. That is actually something interesting that I hadn't considered before. So I will workshop how to fit that in because that's actually pretty dope.
This is
Bree,
why you sometimes.
Mhm.
This is why you sometimes need a world builder. Hi.
Yeah, I love collaborating with my peeps. Bree, you were about to ask a question, ma'am?
Yeah, I just wanted to check to see if I still have my dervish
Yes.
feature.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not an
Um
aspect of life feature. That's a special feature for you being a Pact of the Blade cleric.
cool. Okay, great. So I think I sent you the notes. So as long as it's the same, then cool. I still got that. That's
Okay,
what I wanted to check.
copy that. Mm-hmm. Yep, any actions. Yes, that is correct. So,
Yes.
yeah. I'm fairly certain the Pendergast Fellbottom thing it was not meant to be pasted, but yeah, your dervish is still the same. Um, wait, I can word that better, but
I think I understand what you're saying.
yeah. So basically, you have spring attack and um, cleave with an increased threat range and damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So um, you can attack every creature within 5 feet of you on a kill. Uh, okay. Attack every creature within 5 feet of you. Right. When you take the attack action, you can attack every creature within 5 feet of you. Um, you can move up to half your movement between attacks. Any kills um, within the dervish, within this action, refresh your movement.
Mm-hmm.
And grant you an additional attack action.
Okay, that sounds about how it was working before. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Mhm.
Also, that
Additionally, yes. Additionally, your threat range, your critical range is increased to 18 to 20. In parentheses, 18 is times 2 damage, equals times 2 damage. 19 equals times 3 damage. 20 equals times 4 damage.
Okay. 18 equals 2 damage. 19 equals 3 damage.
And I remember what this was. This is your racial ability. That's why I didn't put it in the aspect stuff, because
Yeah.
this is your personal racial ability for being half Eonon.
For being half what?
Eonon. That's your Aasimar half. Your celestial half is Eonon, and as such, you have a or rather, not your celestial half. Your celestial half is your celestial half. Your mortal half is Eonon, and that allowed you to manifest a quirk, an ability. That ability being the dervish.
Okay.
Yes, weapons in your hand are obscenely deadly. So, and you've honed that into like a combat form.
Sweet.
Because I've always found it weird that we don't ever mention what the other part of somebody is when they are an Aasimar and a Tiefling. Like, what are you underneath that? Because as I understand that it, kind of like alters your appearance drastically, but you still have other DNA in there. Stream has been staggies, but it's alright. So this class that I'm working on right now, the Weaver, it's kind of like a high magic warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So like fighter plus sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the question becomes, I want the hit die to be a D10. Proficiencies that I'm tossing around: dexterity, constitution, and wisdom. Performance is not the skill proficiency for this class. Go with well, I'm gonna go with Arcana, but I'm guessing that the multi-class on here was doing some weird stuff, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and scrap this and start it over. Sorry, y'all. Give me one moment.
Are you seeing this fighter as somebody who excuse me, is up close and personal? Do you see them as sort of a mid-ranger or long range with up close potential if they absolutely have to?
So they are they're a mid-ranger, like they're but they're an all-arounder with a focus on mid-range.
Okay.
So if they want to spec that way, which I'm, in terms of subclass options, there's the spell sniping in similar fashion to the Gunweaver. Then as a close range option, there's the Woven Fist, which is kind of like a spell monk. So there's really just 3 fighting styles that I was going to offer the core class to kind of like lend, like to kind of focus it in lieu of it having
I get that idea.
casting as well.
I get that idea. Why would I play this class over, say, an Eldritch Knight?
This class has the versatility, or rather the martial prowess of a fighter with the spell versatility of a elven high mage, like high magic, like so in the supernal sense. Like there are things that a weaver is able to do that is beyond the purview of an Eldritch Knight. If my understanding of Eldritch Knight is correct, it's basically a fighter that has some infusions that they can employ, kind of like maneuvers.
Not so much maneuvers as much as they, in a lot of ways, the Eldritch Knight is not. The Eldritch Knight is basically what if a fighter took some night schools as a wizard.
Okay. So
they're a half caster. They don't get a lot of abilities. Honestly, their major thing seems to be actually more focused on their weapon. Like they get to make a bond with a weapon, and they basically become Jedi.
Okay.
Because it's like they can throw it and have it come back and that sort of stuff, which is cool. But it doesn't really, it's weird. It doesn't actually focus on
anything
much.
too much?
It focuses on like. One of the first things you unlock is the ability to make a bond with a weapon. Then everything else is more related to like, okay, cool. If you make an attack action on your turn, you can follow it up as a bonus action with a full-blown spell. So the idea is that you can charge in, attack the big guy for damage on your main attack. Then as your bonus action, instead of only being able to do like a cantrip or something like that, you can do a full-blown like third or fourth level spell and cast Burning Hands and annihilate some of his mooks. At least that's the idea, is that you're supposed to be in a way you're kind of Geralt of Rivia in a sense, but you have force powers. So very much more like a Jedi. It's actually not that exciting, in my opinion. That being said, I've never played a high-level Eldritch Knight, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, so the Weaver is someone who was raised in magic that happens to have an affinity for martial weapons.
Basically, they use martial weapons as a way to... they're primarily a wizard that that also studies martial arts as a way to hone the body with the mind.
Correct.
Okay. So why would I play this class over say, a Blade Singer, which is a wizard subclass? Granted, that was supposed to be only for elves, but they have released that particular limiter.
Yeah, so I would need to read over Blade Singer to really know exactly how it's different. But because I think I heard something about a new Blade Singer that either just got released or is planned to be released. That out Monk's a Monk, which has my interest piqued. But
Okay, in summary, here's it real quick. So you're a wizard, so keep in mind that you're a full caster, you get all of that. Training in War and Song. Whenever you adopt this tradition at 2nd level, you gain proficiency in light armor, and one type of one-handed melee weapon of your choice. You gain proficiency in the performance skill. Also at 2nd level, you can invoke an elven magic called the Blade Song. It lasts for a minute. You gain an AC bonus equal to the intelligence modifier. Your move speed increases by 10 feet. You gain advantage on acrobatics checks. And you get a bonus to Constitution saving throw to maintain a concentration spell. The bonus equals your intelligence modifier minimum of +1. At 6th level, you get an additional attack. However, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of one of these attacks, so that's cool. Song of Defense. Beginning at 10th level, you can direct your magic to absorb damage while your Blade Song is active. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to expend one spell shot. Reduce the damage you would take by equal to 5 times the spell slot's level. And then finally, at 14th level, you can add your intelligence modifier to the damage of your melee weapon attacks while your Blade Song is active, which is a really lame 14th level ability.
Yeah. So how this differs from that. The best way that I can word it, or rather the simplest way that I can word it, is scale. But as you were reading that class off to me, it sounded extremely mundane, and I don't know if that's your takeaway from it.
I mean, it's a little mundane, but it also, you have to keep in mind its mundanity is focused more. It's more focused on being mundane because you are a full-blown wizard caster, so you can get into melee and then just drop a fireball on somebody or drop a hand to death or something else. So it's like, yeah, it seems a little lame. Yeah, there's a reason for it. All the special stuff is tied up in its overclass, which is the wizard.
So 6th level, they get the ability. They get their second attack, which they can use. You said on a cantrip or a leveled spell. Cantrip.
Well, no. If for Blade Singer, it is you can make 2 attacks as normal with your long sword or whatever weapon you choose, or you can do a attack and then a cantrip, or a cantrip and then a melee attack.
Yeah, that's at 6th level. Yeah. So first thing. Like cantrip as a bonus action whenever you whenever you successfully make an attack action, that's gonna be a core ability of this class. So first, that's a
lot of DPS.
By 3rd level, you'd be able to store spells in your blade to be delivered on hit, negating the will, negating the
save.
Yeah, negating the save, just delivering the damage on contact. That might be more appropriate for 6th level, though. You get extra attack at 6th and 5th and 10th. 5th and 10th, or should it be 6th and 11th? 6th and 11th.
And you also want this to be a D10 hit point class.
Yes.
With access to what type of armor?
Light.
Okay.
This is not a one. I personally don't care for medium armor, and 2, it wouldn't make sense to give them the degree of mobility that they will have in medium or heavy armor. That would be asinine.
So I'm gonna be I'm going to be potentially tankier than a wizard with the same amount of versatility, and I can get into melee and not have too much difficulty, and I'll have a bunch of extra hit points because of the fact that you want it to be a D10, and I'll be a full caster. And you want me to be able to, as part of it, cast a cantrip as a bonus action on pretty much every single turn. That's a lot of damage, dude. And that's a lot of stuff maxed out. So either its spell list is going to be like potential learning of like 5 spells in total, or you got to give something up, I would think, personally. At least drop the hit die down to a D8.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But then you're running into the issue of like, okay, well, why would I... The thing is, you still want
Why would I pick that up instead of an Eldritch Knight? Well, because this thing shits on an Eldritch Knight in its sleep. But, yeah, sure, your potential 2 hit points, it's definitely a reason to not take this class.
Right, because the thing is, like, just because you make this new cool class, like, you can make a new cool class, but you also want to make sure that it doesn't become so good that it becomes like, well, why would I not pick this class?
Because I'm also introducing other types of classes. So, like, yes, this one is very versatile from a martial magic standpoint, but the Venator is very versatile from a stealth and damage standpoint. Like, so these are all potentially high damage classes, but in their robustness, there is a clearer theme than previously stated, because like, you ask what a bard is, and everybody's definition of a bard is different, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's normal, because everybody's definition of everything is different.
Right.
However, there has developed a consensus on what every class should be, should do, and how it should act, because that's just how it's always been done. And so creating, or rather modifying, an existing class is going to get a lot more pushback, or tends to get a lot more pushback than something completely new. Additionally, I'm workshopping classes for our proprietary system. So there are versions of them that are here in this D&D compendium, or this D&D companion guide or conversion kit. But I kind of want to get a tone for what they will be, or how to structure their offerings in our system. So
I apologize if it seems like I'm poking holes in everything.
No.
I feel it too. It feels a little like overpowered for the level that we are. I agree with it. I don't want to poke holes in it, but like I understand why you're asking the questions you're asking.
100%.
Well, yeah, because again, it comes down to not whenever you add something to the game, it's not just the fact that you want to make it good so that other people play it and your players enjoy it. You also need to make sure that it doesn't basically overwrite. It's like, well, yeah. Why do you now only play this class? Because it is literally the best class in the game. It has more hit points than a wizard. It has more versatility than a wizard. It dunks on warlocks, and it has more DPS than a rogue. Like,
allow me to read some of the Venator for you.
I mean, I don't. Again,
Yeah.
not trying to like
Yeah, I like
burn things down.
No, and to assuage the concern, right? Or to support my base a little bit more, to I guess to convey my message a tad bit more. Because I do fully understand your point. Because the question, like I'm trying to toe the line between why would you play anything other than what's in the Aspects and Envoys book at a D&D table, and this campaign setting is for a specific power set, right? It's like if you and I completely understand and fully expect like a huge portion of the D&D, specifically D&D community, to have some pushback to this particular book, that because of how drastically improved increased the power is. But I feel like the build crafters and the munchkins and the people who really like to get all crunchy with the numbers and what can actually happen will love this book to no end, because I can do things that I've been that I've looked forward to in campaigns, because I saw that I could do it with this level 20 build. Now I can actually play a campaign setting where I can do level 20 shit at 5th level or around 5th level. I haven't seen much content for demigod campaigns or demigod level campaigns. I could be wrong, or rather, I could be misinformed, but I don't think there's a whole lot of that out there, beyond Mutants and Masterminds and Scion, which are a White Wolf system for Scion, and something else. It's a D20 system for Mutants and Masterminds, but there's also a way to play Mutants and Masterminds with a deck of cards. So there's that. There's a lot of different tabletop games out there. Deadlands, for one. So it's kind of sci-fi western.
Can y'all hear me?
Yo.
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, for some reason, like for the longest time, my shit wasn't working. Probably because instead of leaving the Discord when we went to go to the dock, I just closed my computer instead.
Yeah,
I guess
Discord don't like that. Yeah, Discord don't like that. But it's okay. You fixed it. Everything's alright.
Just to clarify like what I'm doing, because I'm not dumb. I know how to get this shit done so far. I'm basically just copying over all the information I have for my character and aspects and otherwise, and I'm putting that information down into my character sheet.
Correct.
Because I assume there's nothing else that's going to be added unless you explicitly tell me, like, hey, I just added like something else.
Yeah, because you've got 6 levels of stuff for your subclass. You're good to go.
I just got to input into my character sheet and make sure I understand like where it's at. And I was gonna ask you, for character sheet wise, where do you think would be a good spot for me to put like how many spell points I have?
I would say in the resources portion. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me look at the front page. Let's see that real quick. Roll for what? Edit directly. Okay. Class resource? Yeah, I would say
Yeah, I
put it in your
decided to put
class
that for you.
resource.
Yeah, as I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that's actually a fantastic place for that. Just like for what we're trying to use this 5th edition sheet for, and what spell points even are anyway. It's like, yeah, let's put my spell points here. There you go. And if I recall correctly, and granted, I can go back and try reading this, but just to get it from like you specifically, I used spell points are your system to use for casting spells, correct? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how are they replenished? Is it a long rest or a short rest?
Both.
Both? Okay. I wonder if I can set that on there, because there is a button on the character sheet that you can click to like simulate a short or a long rest.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. 39 short rest. Go. We're level 5, so that's how many spell points is that? Check the numbers for me, please. I want to say it's 40. I'm just gonna say that for now, just for testing purposes. We're gonna say 32, and we hit the short rest button. 40. All right. So now we're gonna hit 25, and we're gonna hit the long rest button. 40. Cool, bet. Yeah. So, Vaughn, if you just set it at short rest, it'll reset on either. Okay. So let's go to the character. Yes, Mon's character. Start. Race. Race says choose custom. No. Strength. No question.
Okay, sweet. I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing, because I've just been muting myself and you guys for whenever me and Bailey are watching something right now. But I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing for our session. Just building my character, making sure it's right, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what a session 0 is. So you're good. You are okay, sir.
Sweet. Yeah, like, it's not that I don't necessarily want to be part of the conversation when it comes to building other things, but I also understand that I just have a more realistic version of D&D in my head, to where it's like I can come up with ideas and solve some issues, but when it comes to balancing and understanding more parts of the rules, that's all y'all. I don't remember that whatsoever.
I like that. That's all, y'all.
That's all y'all. Yeah. That's how I was talking.
Creature type. Table. Okay, so we're gonna open up this window. This window here. Yeah. Hit you. Quick reference. So, what is everybody looking forward to most, when we finally do get started?
I'm looking forward to just having fun. Like, I'm not going to take this campaign very seriously. I'm, in terms of, like, my character is trying to avenge their father, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm just going to have some fun. My character is there to try to maintain balance. That's their idea. Sure, am I hoping for, like, some serious moments here and there? Yes. But I'm also looking forward to occasionally just having a noble shit themselves with power word.
Good deal.
So, I mean...
Okay.
I think I'm looking forward to...
Because I am already currently in 3 other D&D campaigns.
Yeah. Okay. And you, Bree?
I think I'm looking forward to, like, getting into the story of it. I
Mhm.
mean, maybe it's just because I've been dying to know what happened since, like, 3 years ago, but I feel like it was like, okay, this character, this empire, this world, all the stuff going on. I was like, okay, well, let's find out what's going on. What can we do? How can I help? Like, how do we win this?
And
So
then everything went cold. I apologize. There was...
listen, honestly, it was a good prep for how D&D just is in general. So it was a good lesson.
I'm glad I was able to impart that to you. That's what I was hoping to do with that campaign in the first place, was to get somebody's flame ignited. Like, I just like, and if I'm not mistaken, I did preface that my table does not operate like anybody else's table when we started, but yeah, I'm glad you are intrigued, because I'm trying my best. I have a lot of stuff planned for y'all, and hopefully, the hold, like reclaiming the hold, won't take too terribly long. Maybe 2 sessions.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever got back to you about that, but I think I'm okay with starting in Gilly.
Okay, cool. That'll work, because that way, we can just kind of I can kind of root you a little bit more in Osgilly itself, and we can take some time to really build out the surface of the Empire, because we really did just kind of gloss over all of that. I gave you a rough layout of the capital, but we didn't name no shops. We didn't designate no districts. Yeah. It's a very beautiful place. It's a very beautiful place in my brain, anyways. We just gotta...
Where the roads are wide and no one cares if you flip your car.
Janemba's here. Welcome, sir.
Janemba!
What's up?
Not much. We're just going through some stuff, developing some things, and
so just so I know, I don't recognize one of the names in here.
that is Bree, our healer. Is the aspect of life.
Hello.
This is Janemba.
Also go by CommanderBold or just Bold or Bree, whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
This is our token white guy.
Hey, you're not allowed to call me that. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, Janemba is our token white guy.
Sweet. Always comes in handy if the cops show up.
Yeah.
I am the Cat Williams recommended.
Yes, our recommended white our recommended white guy, as dictated by Cat Williams, the Pimp Chronicles himself, or the American Pimp himself.
I have been uber busy this week, Kareem. I'm gonna get on the actual making my character this weekend. Cool. Promise. I actually do it.
I'm gonna tell you, like I told Chloe earlier today. Shut the fuck up. I got you. life happens. I've been busy. I haven't been able to put as much time into this as I've wanted to. I did knock out your options, so you can actually complete your character now.
Cool. I will take a look at that.
Yeah, like I actually went a little stupid. So you have more talent options than anybody else right now, just because when I was working on your stuff, I was just kind of like inspired and on a roll. I want everybody to have 10 options because you guys are gonna get like 6 of them. But
I find it a little odd that you felt inspired with my character, the bard. Big surprise.
well, you know, it was. I worked out your core ability, and once that was done, it was like, I know so many ways that I can play off of this. Let me do this, and let me write in this, and let me write in this, and then I was like, oh, I've already figured out what your ultimate could potentially be. But like, yeah. Sensations, kinda.
Hey, say something real quick, Kareem.
Yeah.
Just keep talking. Just
All right.
keep talking.
Yeah, sensation is actually a little excessive, but it's like sensation is an excessive aspect of life. Like, you know, it's a part of everything.
So fucking stupid.
What, are you catching an echo?
No, I'm using Discord on my phone, and if the screen shuts off, it cuts off the sound.
That's dumb.
You gotta be kidding me!
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's why. So I was like, "What the fuck?" Give me a second. I'm sure I can solve this little issue. It just. Where the fuck am I? Oh, right.
Chloe, would you happen to know the like creature types for humanoid at the moment?
As in, like, the various other creature types alongside humanoid?
Yeah.
Or, well, this isn't going to be all of them, but beast, elemental, aberration,
Are they just outsiders? Is it just like, are there outsiders anymore?
No. In 5th edition, every race that you can play is a humanoid.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no, like you do not have subtypes.
Okay.
You do not have subtypes. You're not a humanoid outsider. You're not a humanoid elemental. You're just a humanoid.
Okay. Humanoid.
Yeah, I'll do it later, you stupid thing.
Named Jeff.
Medium. These medium characters that can have a height range of 5'5" to 8'2".
By the way, I am just gonna make one of my personas Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Like, he's just like, the idea is that he is so generically a person that he could, if this world ever had it, or ever develops it, he could defeat facial recognition software. Like, I want him to be able to literally walk into any situation and just be like, hey guys, I'm Jeff. I joined the bandit party last week. Oh, really? When'd you come in? Last week with that guy? I don't know you. You sure? Oh, you look like someone I used to know.
We came in here at the same time, I promise. I swear we did.
Yeah. That's alright, I've got a pretty forgettable face. And then they just accept it. Like, the whole idea is that he is literally, like, the most generic of dudes.
And realistically speaking, coming out of your mouth, they really have no other choice. Because
anyway.
I don't think you read this part, but I'm not really, either you haven't read this part or I haven't written it yet, but people make saves against your ability checks, against your skill checks. I'm sorry. Your save DCs are your skill checks. Like the save DCs for your abilities are the skill check that you made before it popped off.
Okay.
So, for example, you cast a fireball, right? But you use your ability to cast the fireball. Like you use Woven Word to cast the fireball. And you use it with, let's say you want to have an intimidating effect on it, right? So you roll your intimidation check. Roll me an intimidation check.
Okay, well, based off of what you've... It would be a D20 plus 22 at minimum. So DC of... Let's say that I rolled 10. It'd be a DC 32 to not die horribly from an intimidating fireball.
Right, so what that would then do is the fireball is still the same size, but anyone who was within its range times your class level that does not make the DC 32 will save.
Spell save.
Yeah, spell save. Is mentally caught on fire from the explosion. So, like, the target of your spell is, yes, that is like anyone else that is hostile, like anyone else that you choose that is within your vocal range is also affected by the spell. If you use Booming Word.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Or if you have Booming Word, which you have Booming Word because you only have 3 options right now. But, yes. There are ways for you all to do very, very stupid things. And I have thought about them. I have thought about them as I was...
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
I'm glad you clarified that, Kareem, because what I thought you meant when you were describing it was more like, oh, she whiffed the attack, but because it was an intimidating fireball, they now think they're on fire.
And so essentially, what happens is your targets are so shaken by your words that they're unable to dodge. Like, their reflex is now determined by how able they are to overcome the fact that your words hit them. Like you said, stand and burn. And that's how you cast your fireball, right? You just said stand and burn. And anybody within the vocal range of a fireball enhanced by you that was hostile to you or has hostile energy towards you or that you just didn't think to omit has to make a reflex save versus your intimidation check, and failure, which is pretty much inevitable, means you're going to take fire damage. Now, if that fire damage, if you're in the center of that fireball, that's real fire. If you're outside of the center of that fireball, it's psychic fire. To prevent you from potentially killing people, I will give civilians or NPCs the inability... Yeah, I will give civilians, non-combatants, protection from death for physical fire. To prevent you from falling too quickly.
What about us?
Well, actually, what that could do, that could actually be one of the talents I pick up. It's just like, I can designate a number of people equal to my proficiency modifier to not be affected by my words, or to maybe somehow have advantage in some way.
Yeah, you can shape your spells around people. It makes sense. It's a meta magic that's existed for forever. So yeah, we'll make that a talent.
And the idea being that it would force me to be a bit more creative than just walk into a room and say, "I blow up the room." Rum go boom.
Hey guys, I'm a fireball. I exclude myself.
Janemba, I hate to do this to you, but I will occasionally be making a musical pun as I walk in. Oh, the bandit leader is here. She is quite. Wait. The bandit leader is a girl. Yeah. I'm gonna go first. My very first action will be to use my to cast burning hands at her, and I will say, "This girl is on fire!" And just they are ignited in fire.
No save for you.
Forever.
You get a save, but it's a joke save.
Yeah. It's a lie.
So, Bree, I actually do need to make several more talents for you because you are like I was realizing this. I'm like I kind of knew it was going to happen as I started making everybody else's talents. But what I gave you 3 years ago, while it may still be excessive by D&D standards, it is it's a little underwhelming compared to your compatriots.
Honestly, I don't think I can handle more. My brain is already like bursting at the seams, and I don't want her to feel like she's good at everything, or I just feel like she's all like we're supposed to be level 5. I feel like I'm level like 22. So I really don't want much more.
Okay.
Maybe some healing shit.
Okay, that's fair. Because life is really
A highway?
I want to ride it all night long.
You got it, man. You got it.
I was saying, Kareem, I hope you do realize, like, you told me enough about her before this. Like, between Herbie and Kaiser, it's just going to be puns after self-perpetuating puns at this point.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna have to watch my words so much.
In other words,
you won't have time to
Janemba, would you say? Janemba, would you say there is going to be perpetual punditry?
The punditry, sir.
It'd be so it starts.
I would more define it as fuckery, my dear Drool. Heinous fuckery, most foul.
So, let me look at a thing because I have
Finally!
been so distracted.
So that just reminded me of a very funny bit from one of my favorite.
Fuck off, you stupid little robot.
Meow?
Sorry.
That's something nice to say to Vaughn.
Well, at least you didn't pick Destin this time.
Hey, I'm trying to spread out the love. Also, Destin's not here, so it'd just be, go into the void.
There's Vaughn.
Yeah. Well, I think he's here in spirit.
Or did that DC too? Oh, I'm sorry.
Vaughn would be mad at you, but he's currently going.
We're gonna call it veiled speech. That's what it's gonna be called, veiled speech.
So on a side note, I was watching. I got my HBO back, Kareem, and I don't know about this whole. Why are you here? You really, you little fucker! Out of my face, you stupid thing. I'm in the middle of a conversation.
Very nice
I get
to say
attacked
about
by
Destin.
random animals.
Random animals just coming up into your face, all up in your space.
So I got HBO back, and I've been watching some of the old shows again, like for the 30 billionth time. But it got me thinking. So I don't know when we're planning on doing this damn barbecue, Kareem, but tentative plan. This is an idea I'd like to have. 2030. So we got some time. Want to see if we can all get together, go to Comic-Con. We're all going to be Harvey Birdman, attorney at law characters. No, I'm sorry. That's right.
Birdman. Well, hey. Oh, my ear. Yeah, no, that is an idea for sure. We can vote on it.
Well, the reason I went with that one specifically is because technically you can be like a character of the show, or you can be pretty much like any Hanna-Barbera character and be represented as a client. So it really
Right.
doesn't matter at that point. You have a lot of options to go as.
This is very true. That is actually quite thoughtful. Yeah.
Well, that probably means that defaults me to being Snagglepuss. Oh, suffering succotash. Exit stage left.
No, you're gonna be the same thing. You're gonna be the same thing that I've always told you you were. X the
Whitley.
Eliminator.
Whitley. Is that the name of the dog?
Huh?
The
dog?
dastardly
Muttley?
Muttley. I don't know why I said Whitley. She's been watching Living Different World the last couple days. Muttley. Yeah, Muttley.
No. But Chloe, you're X the Eliminator. 100 just 100 to 1. There's no other character that you would do as well.
Dastardly Dan.
Have you ever actually watched the show, Kareem?
I used to watch Hanna-Barbera Racers a lot as a little kid.
Wacky Races?
Yeah, Wacky Races.
What I mean is, get on and actually watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Like, it's a spoof show.
Yeah, I know. I remember it was on Adult Swim when we were in like high school and whatnot.
One of the few things that they put out that was good.
Yeah, my I didn't know it at the time, but my autism kind of made like dry humor is very odd for me. It's not something that grabs my attention. I understand that there are certain people that just don't care for dry humor, but it's one of those things that has been difficult to wrap my head around. So shows like The Office and Parks and Rec and things in that vein have always just kind of like if there's like I've always found it difficult to find the humor in Office humor, if that makes sense.
No, I mean it's fine because I like dry humor, but dry humor is very restrictive. You got to do it right. I don't think either version of The Office is funny. Like, they have a few jokes here and there that are good, but as a series, I don't think they're very good. Either one of them is very good. Whereas the other show Ricky Gervais did, I cannot remember the name of it now. Basically, he's playing a widower.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
much better. That is very good.
Yeah, you were telling me about that show, where he starts expressing himself, and it actually helps him change, change a lot of people around him by just being honest about his feelings and representing himself. Speak up for yourself. You'll have to be better.
It's just one of those, like, he stops giving a shit about the way, everybody else's opinion about him and whatnot, and it's very cathartic for him. And I think it's pretty funny.
I'm getting ready to head out, but
All right.
it was nice meeting you all, and I look forward to seeing you all in character.
Wonderful. Well, have a wonderful...
Nice to meet you, Bree.
Have a safe and wonderful evening. And we'll catch you next week. And, feel free to pop in anytime if you see us around.
Copy that. Thank you very much. All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Kareem, where did you disappear to last night?
My son decided that paint belonged on the carpet at 8:30. So I was I was scrubbing. I was scrubbing for 2.5 hours, and then at 11 o'clock I was like, when I was done, after sweating my freaking face off in the room trying to scrub paint out of the floor, and you know, dealing with the hushed but still fervent fallout of my father being like, so what are you gonna do? Why do you have access to paint? Because he had access to paint. I didn't know it was in there. I was downstairs about to start work. He was playing with a 7-year-old, and the 7-year-old didn't even think to try and stop him from pouring paint on the floor. So I don't know. My nephew was over here, and they were in the room playing together. I didn't think whatever. But yeah, I was scrubbing the floor and trying to clean stuff up, and then I just I posted on the YouTube channel, but I didn't say anything to y'all because I was just like exhausted and went to sleep. But yeah, that's what
It's all good. I was just curious. Like, no, I get it. Life comes first, but man, your dad, seriously. It's motherfucker. It's carpet. It's not life or death.
Yeah, do we need to, like, come down there and say hi aggressively?
That is not even remotely necessary.
It could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
I understand.
We could turn it into a full road trip. It'd be fun. Figure out how to bury a body together.
I don't think my mom would be very happy about that, though. So
I do have to say,
you don't know that.
I do have to say, Kaiser. I do have to say, Kaiser, you got 2 master's degrees. If you have to figure out how to bury a body,
it's a sad day.
Hey! In all of my schooling, I never took a class that just happened to be how to get away with murder. Okay.
Oh, I'm still on racial ability. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, well, fuck that. What good is college?
Regeneration.
I don't know, honestly. There's a portion of me that wonders why the fuck I went. And then I remember all the friends that I played.
Regeneration. I know how to spell words. Hee hee. No.
What was I saying?
Regen. That says. Wow. Okay, so I think it's called. Wait, hold on. Okay.
Do that either way. That could work. I'm not opposed to it.
What's going on? You reading something?
No, I'm sorry. No. I'm not even like I said. I haven't. This week has been so rough. I need something to like mentally relax from. I'm not doing D&D shit tonight, Kareem. So I'm just letting you know that. Like, so if I react to anything, it's not going to be anything involving the campaign.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that your week was so rough, Janemba.
It wasn't rough. Like nothing bad happened. It was just a lot. Like there's a lot going on. So very, very busy.
Fair enough.
That doesn't go there.
Okay. My week just involved a bout of depression, which was so fun.
Recover.
That was sarcasm.
Okay, so it's just the 3 of us. It's just the 3 of us and Mac, who's muted. So he must be doing something.
He's talking to Jamali right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They've been talking for a while.
They be talking about some deep stuff. Regains 5. Okay.
I've just been playing No Man's Sky when I have a free moment. on some tricks that really help with getting the items I was trying to get.
Nice. If they take lightning damage, this ability does not work. Function at the start next turn.
Oh, so as of it's something you might be interested in. I was talking with Mech last night. So they've released already 18. They've not released, revealed 18 different suits for Spider-Man 2.
Nice.
They are all of them but one, I would say, are good looking. And I can't even say the one is bad looking. I just don't care for the way the mask looks.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a link?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'll post it. I sent it to Mech last night. I see what you're posting, Kaiser, and yeah, Republicans are fucking idiots. Like, I'm not even gonna say that that person's advocating for LGBTQ, but he damn sure wasn't advocating for fucking traditional values back in the day. No fucking hair metal band was. Oh, by the way, here, Kaiser, this one's for you. You'll love this.
Also, the song, We're Not Gonna Take It is very clearly anti-disestablishment.
Exactly. But that's not what I was here for. This, forward. I'll just post it in the group chat. If you want to see it. There we go. Yeah.
Mine.
I don't even understand what I'm halfway hearing right now.
What?
She's listening.
The person talking?
Yeah.
Ignore what they're saying. It doesn't mean anything. You can look at the first like two images, which are the fucking pre-order like costumes, and then everything else is just like of the faces for the other ones. Like, nothing he says actually matters. Or at least not for the purposes of why we're looking at the video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happily sitting on my new couch playing video games.
Can be a little softer. Just get a long body pillow and put it on the, remove it at will, whenever you need to.
Yeah, bad idea.
None of my ideas are. I don't understand why you don't get this yet. I cannot see. I would like the sun to rise.
The sun is rising.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream. It is 11 o'clock. We're going for 2.5 hours, so just we'll pick back up next week, and we're gonna be getting together throughout this week to get everybody's character sheets closer to finalized. If we have everybody ready by Friday, we will go live Friday. Otherwise, we'll wait until August. That will conclude tonight's stream. As usual, I have been your host, SoulSym Mirak, and with me this evening was ChloeoftheNorth.
Hey, everybody. Life is rough, but remember, you are loved. Okay? Be kind to yourself and take each day as it comes.
Janemba?
Oh, it was late. I don't have a PSA for tonight. A good one.
And in the stream at different points. I'm not sure if Vaughn's still here. Vaughn, if you're here, go ahead and speak up now. Otherwise, Vaughn was here, Mech was here, and for the first time, everybody got to hear Bree. So, it's going to be a first of many because she is the healer, or rather, she's the cleric. Because there are a lot of people that can heal in the party, but she's the one that can do it the best. But anyway, we'll be back on Tuesday with Teams and Tactics. And till then, stay safe, stay blessed, have a wonderful evening.